this video, we'll look at 11 canceled actors who didn't deserve it, according to fans. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser had a strong career in the 2000s, but suddenly disappeared as the end of that decade approached. Many were surprised that the actor would stop appearing in new roles, but a couple of things led to him being blacklisted from new movies. Brendan earned the ire of many Hollywood big shots
Pause. See, Brendan Fraser is like one of my favorite actors. You know, I don't know if y'all remember, if y'all old enough, for people that are old, y'all remember Biodome from back in the day. That's where I kind of started liking Brendan Fraser. And also, was it Biodome? Or am I mistaken? Oh no, it was Encino Man. That's what I don't know if it was he in Biodome? I think he was, but it was Encino Man. That's the one I liked back in the day when he was a caveman and he was found in dirt from 10,000 years. But I also am a fan of all the Mummy Return movies, and even now he's in this new show called Doom Patrol. I think they're on their 3rd or 4th season right now on HBO Max, so check that out. That's good. But he did gain weight over the years, but you know, as we get older, that's what we do. So I'll continue. But I don't know if he was canceled though, but let's see.
He accused Philip Burke, a Hollywood executive, of sexual assault. This led to him getting fewer acting roles, as well as marital troubles. This meant he had less time and money to focus on an acting career. Although he disappeared from the spotlight for a while because of this, he would return in the late 2010s with several new TV and movie roles. Brendan remains beloved by his fans, and that isn't likely to change anytime soon.
My girl Sandra Bullock.
One commenter said he's a very kind person who went through hell because of his ex. She left him with his 2 kids, one of which has autism. She basically wanted to control his life and money. Another commenter mentioned his troubles with Hollywood, saying he was blacklisted for accusing a bigwig in Hollywood of sexual assault. I love Brendan, and I'm glad to see him working again. I also loved him in Doom Patrol, and I look forward to the other projects he has coming out. Many commenters were sympathetic, including one that said, "He just seems like a genuinely good guy. I hate that anything bad happened to him." Be sure to stick to the end to see the actor canceled just because people didn't like his Star Wars character. If you thought that Brendan Fraser story was crazy, wait till you hear this next one. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on more amazing videos. Ashley Judd. Ashley Judd had a promising career as an actor in the film industry, but things went south after she publicly opposed one of the most powerful executives in Hollywood. That person was Harvey Weinstein, and Ashley's stance.
There you go, and that's what it is, Harvey Weinstein. See, people didn't know in Hollywood for years, and there's still I know there's still more producers and executives out there that are just like Harvey Weinstein, but they're probably being quiet because they already know about the cancel culture and what's happened to Me Too movement. So yeah, they better stay their ass quiet, because I know there's a lot more that's still there, and if they did something wrong in the back or they used their power for evil, get them. That's what I say, get them. But not the ones that be claiming it, but it don't be true though. That's the only thing.
Against him led to her being blacklisted by Hollywood as a whole. Ashley claimed Harvey exploited her and used promises of acting jobs to get her to do lewd things with the film executive. In the end, Ashley refused to give in to Harvey's demands and manipulation. As a result, he badmouthed her to other people in the film industry, and Ashley's career suffered due to this. Commenters were highly supportive of Ashley, especially in the aftermath of the later revelations about Harvey Weinstein's horrible actions. One commenter said, "I always wondered what happened to her. I was a big fan back in the day. I remember thinking a couple of times that I hadn't seen her in anything and wishing that she would do a new movie." Another commenter added on by saying,
one thing about Ashley Judd, she is very, very cute. I always love like the short haircuts, like her and Halle Berry. They have the short cuts, and Demi Moore. Those were like a couple of like my top 3 back in the day in the 90s. But yeah, that short haircut always got me. Also, who else? Charlize Theron, when she had the short haircut too as well. I mean, I'm usually not a blonde, I'm more of a brunette, but she did it with the short haircut though.
I wonder how many other actresses disappeared from movies and didn't get roles because of that vile man. One commenter also mentioned her principles, saying she didn't go to Harvey's hotel room on demand, but other actresses did. So she was left behind. That is sad, but at least she has a backbone. Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson was at the top of her career in 2004.
Now, I'm sorry, I'll keep on pausing, but Janet is my girl. I'll tell you, I had a crush on her since I was younger. I know she's one of my boys' sisters, Michael Jackson, because I'm a big Michael Jackson fan, as you can see MJ right here. But, you know, Janet always been one of my number ones on there, so, you know, gotta let that go.
Being well known and beloved in the music industry. She had millions of fans, and all of this led to Janet landing a starring role in the 2004 halftime show for the Super Bowl. Unluckily for Janet, the show wouldn't go as planned. A wardrobe malfunction led to the music star accidentally exposing herself on live television, and this caused serious backlash from the public and the media. People all over the world were widely critical of Janet in the aftermath of the incident, which became known as
I wasn't.
Even worse, she was blacklisted by the music executives for being deemed too controversial then. Commenters were largely in favor of Janet and believed she was wrongly canceled. One commenter said, "Janet Jackson definitely didn't deserve that. Freaking Puritans." Another added on, "Way over the top reaction. I still can't work."
Yeah, I know people was tripping on at that time, man. Like, do you really think Janet Jackson, of all people, would have went to the Super Bowl knowing it's being shown to millions of people and really did that on purpose to show her breast on TV? Come on now, y'all. Like, get it real, get real. And Justin Timberlake is innocent in this because she did say, I don't know if y'all saw Janet Jackson's recent documentary she did or something like that. Well, I think it was like about a few months ago. She said that she told Justin don't make any statements. She'll take all the heat. So don't get on Justin's back for those that are saying Justin should have helped her out, because she told Justin not to say nothing. Justin wanted to say something. I'm talking about Justin Timberlake for those that don't know. He wanted to say something, but Janet Jackson said no, let her take all the heat. So for those that don't know, if you haven't seen that Janet Jackson documentary, it's really good. Watch it.
Work out what all the fuss was about. Another commenter mentioned Justin Timberlake, who was part of the wardrobe malfunction and avoided any serious backlash. Justin completely threw Janet under the bus. Plus, he lied about Britney, saying she cheated on him when that was totally untrue. Winona Ryder. Winona Ryder was canceled when she was arrested for shoplifting in 2001. According to the police report, she was caught attempting to steal $1,000 worth of items. This led to Winona being found guilty of vandalism and grand theft. During the trial, which aired on TV, Winona claimed her actions were only done as research for playing the role of a kleptomaniac character in a movie. Few people bought her excuse, though, and she ended up paying thousands of dollars in fines after the fact. Things got worse for Winona when word leaked to the press that she was in possession of numerous narcotics during her arrest. Winona was charged with felony possession of Endocet since she lacked a prescription for the drug. However, a physician spoke up and revealed that she had given it to Winona without a prescription. This revelation saved the actor from jail time, and she only ended up having to do some community service and drug counseling. Nevertheless, she faced extreme difficulty getting back into the spotlight. "A lot of people had the perception that I just disappeared in the 2000s, Winona said. And I did, but only from the world of Hollywood. Winona would recover from her bad break, though, and came back onto the scene in 2010 with the movie Black Swan. She would star in the hit show Stranger Things in 2006.
Look, if nothing else got her back on the map, Stranger Things did that. Cause I thought they was gonna do a Beetlejuice 2 movie. It might still be in the works. I don't know, because the way the movie industry is going right now, they're just canceling everything from all the DC movies. Like Superman is canceled, Batman is canceled, Wonder Woman is canceled. The Flash might be canceled. The Batgirl movie was canceled. But Stranger Things, it did its thing. Now, on Netflix, I'm not sure if y'all have Netflix, but I know I haven't seen it yet. Y'all should let me know if I should watch it. It's Wednesday. I did watch the Addams Family movies back in the day, but I haven't watched Wednesday yet. I'm not a big Addams Family fan like that, but a lot of people saying Wednesday is good. So y'all let me know if I should watch that. But Stranger Things is my show. That one I've been watching all seasons, and she did her thing in Stranger Things, and that was a good comeback for her, though.
16, and this would kickstart her path back into stardom. Since then, she's been beloved by the public and press once again. The co-creators of Stranger Things said this of Winona: "She had that movie star prescience where you simply point the camera and she pops off the screen." Commenters were generally supportive of Winona, with one saying she was blackballed for some really ridiculous reasons. Another continued saying, We are all human. Which of us has never done anything we were ashamed or embarrassed about? All of this judging people do all the time is depressing. One commenter praised her recent return, saying she's been making a good comeback. I love her in Stranger Things. Hayden Christensen. Hayden Christensen became a child star for his role in the Star Wars prequels, but he would fade quickly out of the spotlight afterwards. Although Hayden had landed an impressive role, playing the star character Anakin Skywalker, many were critical of his performance.
Man, I don't even know why they put him as, like, Anakin Skywalker. Like, that casting was so bad, I'm not gonna even lie. I love Star Wars, so I'm a Star Wars fan. But I'm saying Hayden Christensen, I'm not saying he's a bad actor. I'm just thinking that role wasn't good for him. Like, in Jumper, I don't know if you saw Jumper, the teleporting thing. A teleporting movie where he was in. I like Jumper. I liked him in Jumper. I love Jumper. Jumper's one of my favorite movies right there. I watch that all the time. He was good in Jumper, but the casting wise for this one, I don't know why they made him Anakin Skywalker. Just like the new one they did, the Jedi one with the girl and Boyega, and they made that guy like this, I forget what his name is. See, that's why I don't even like that brand of Star Wars. The guy that made the fake Darth Vader, I forget what his name. Kylo Ren, yeah, Kylo Ren, like, it didn't give me that fear like Darth Vader did. Like, I don't know why, but yeah, that was bad casting for him being Darth Vader in this.
Some disliked his dialogue during the films, and others thought he acted the lines poorly. The biggest hindrance to Hayden's career, however, was when he stepped away to raise a family. Hayden had a daughter in 2014 and stepped away from Hollywood even more to focus on his personal life. There was something in the back of my head saying, if this time away is going to damage my career, then so be it. If I can return and claw my way back in, then maybe I'll feel like I've earned it. Commenters were generally on Hayden's side, but there was some difference of opinion on his acting skills. One commenter said, I think he got the short end of the stick. Anakin wasn't made to be a very likable character. Neither was Luke, and Mark Hamill's film acting career never really took off either. Another commenter added, he got canceled after the mess that was the Star Wars prequel trilogy. It was truly awful, but it wasn't his choice to have a monologue about sand. Some other commenters were more critical, with one saying, honestly, he's just not a great actor. Star Wars aside, he's kind of wooden and not expressive. A different commenter added on by saying,
look, I understand, like, he does give, like, a wooden, like, what they said, I kind of agree with it a little bit, because he does get that kind of performance, but you got to put him in the right roles. Like, take Keanu Reeves, for instance. Keanu Reeves is not like a Anthony Hopkins or Denzel Washington or Leonardo DiCaprio, because, you know, Keanu Reeves played those still characters. Like, look at Bill and Ted, look at that surf movie that he did, look at The Matrix. He always plays those still character, even John Wick. But you put that type of character, that character in the right role, that type of actor in the right role, it fits them perfect. Because I can't imagine, because I know Will Smith was supposed to play Neo originally in Matrix, but can you imagine Will Smith being Neo instead of Keanu Reeves? I don't think it would have looked the same or felt the same. So you got to put certain actors in certain roles that fit them. You just can't just put them in any role just because they have a name. If it doesn't fit right, if their acting does not pertain, it's like being a character actor. If it doesn't fit the role or fit the movie, it's going to take you out of it. But I think he's a good actor. You just got to put him in the right roles.
The thing with Hayden is he's just not a very good actor. He wasn't canceled. He's just not good enough to be in anything worth watching. Megan Fox. Megan Fox was canceled after making shocking comments about Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg. The comments came out while she was working on the set of the Transformers movie series. At the time, Megan gave an interview about...
I give you one thing about her. She's sexy. I ain't gonna... Can't even front on that one, though. But her personality, you can have the beauty and all that, but if your personality sucks, then it ain't gonna work.
Michael Bay's directing style. He's like Napoleon, and he wants to develop this insane, infamous madman reputation. He wants to be like Hitler on his sets, and he is. Megan was fired from the Transformers series not long after that interview, and many rumored that Steven Spielberg was behind the decision. While he publicly denied any involvement, the suspicions remained. Megan's career was badly hindered when she was let go from the Transformers series, especially when Steven Spielberg allegedly told other Hollywood producers she was difficult. This made it harder for Megan to land an acting role, and she was blacklisted from Hollywood for a time. Megan responded to the blacklisting and issues in Hollywood after the fact in a public interview, saying, "Women have been treated as a commodity ever since the movie business began. There was always someone objectifying you, and we just ignored it. Have you taken a look at Harvey Weinstein? How is he going to get laid unless he has power? Never." Public opinion on Megan's canceling was sharply divided, with people taking both sides for and against her. One commenter said she was also just at the MTV Movie Awards, saying her boyfriend Machine Gun Kelly insisted she dress naked, and her response was, "Whatever daddy wants." Weird response for someone eloquent. Another commenter piled on, saying, "Yeah, I have no sympathy for Megan Fox. Sorry." However, some commenters were supportive of Megan. One commenter said a lot of commenters here noted that she leaned into her sexy looks, ignoring that she's now an adult. She was complaining about being overly sexualized when she was still a child. Another commenter defended Megan, saying, "Honestly, society is not used to listening to people that are really beautiful. It's like they don't have anything else worthy except their beauty. It's like you are just a beautiful doll that has nothing important to say. That's such a shame." Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes was an extremely famous child actor who starred on Nickelodeon, but she fell out of the spotlight after struggles with mental issues.
Yo, I don't know if y'all remember Amanda Bynes and all that, but I think the only character I remember from her, for those that are 90s or I think 2000 babies, she goes, man. Man, shit. I don't know what the name of the character is, but y'all let me know in the comments. She used to wear the glasses and had the braces on. She used to go, when people said something crazy to her, she's like, "What are you doing?" She goes, "Man."
And run-ins with law enforcement. Amanda announced she'd be leaving acting in June 2010, claiming that it was because she no longer loved acting. "Being an actress isn't as fun as it may seem," she said. "If I don't enjoy something anymore, then I stop doing it." Following her departure from acting, she got into legal trouble several times. Amanda was arrested in 2012 for a DUI and in 2014 received 3 years of probation for reckless driving. She didn't help her public image any further when making shocking comments on Twitter, such as calling the president's family ugly. Amanda's legal issues and bizarre public statements caused many in the public to turn on her. But there was another side to the story. Amanda also made claims in October 2014 that she was physically and mentally abused by her father. These statements, as well as others, led to Amanda being placed into conservatorship that year. Although Amanda had made many mistakes since leaving the acting sphere, she returned to the public eye in 2018 with a very different image. She released a profile in November of that year, claiming that she had struggled with bipolar disorder and misuse of narcotics. However, since then, Amanda seems to have turned her life around. She got engaged to Paul Michael, a man she met at Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and in February 2022, filed to end the conservatorship. Amanda's parents were supportive of ending the conservatorship.
What's up with all these conservatorships for all these childhood actors and stars? Like Britney Spears had a conservatorship, Amanda Bynes had a conservatorship. Like, I don't know what's going on with these parents and these child stars with these conservatorships, man. I think it's all a money grab, man. I think that's kind of why certain kids don't make it and certain kids do, because like you put on that stress and trauma on them at a very young age.
And it officially ended in March 2022. Commenters mostly reacted sympathetically to Amanda's plight, mentioning her struggles as a child actor in the spotlight from a very early age. One commenter said, "I have no idea what went on, but she looked unhappy. It seemed like she just needed some good friends or family." Another commenter added, saying, "She had a very public breakdown, and a cry for help is a cry for help. I thought she was a delight all of the years she was working." Aziz Ansari. Aziz.
The performance was enchanting, completely captivating.
Ansari faced public backlash when he had a disastrous date, and the girl accused him of sexual misconduct. After the bad date, the woman anonymously published a story on babe.net. In the story, the woman used the fake name Grace, and she claimed that Aziz had pressured her during a lewd encounter. Aziz claimed the encounter was completely consensual, but this woman didn't agree. In the end, Aziz apologized to the woman for any hurt feelings, but refused to admit that he'd forced the woman to do anything. Aziz suffered some negative press for a while, and his special, Being Mortal, was put on hold for the time being. In the end, he survived the media outrage, though, and continues to perform for public audiences as of 2022. People in the comments were overwhelmingly on Aziz's side and believed he had done everything right on that date. Although things didn't go well for the woman, they didn't believe he deserved to be canceled at all. One commenter said that was utter BS. He did everything you're supposed to do and stopped when his date said no. He let her leave when she wished to and even paid for her Uber. Another commenter added on, saying, "As a woman, I'm sick of being told I need to believe all women. No, I don't. I've been legitimately sexually assaulted, and this was not that." One commenter cited,
Yeah, that whole Me Too movement, people are like just taking it. Like, if you're a star, you gotta be very careful. Like, if I ever become that kind of rich, I'll make sure I'll have cameras in my house in front, and you would know that I would have cameras in my house and in front of my doors. I'm like, you are being filmed, just in case anything like that ever happens, because people just lie because nobody's there. So it's your word against somebody else's, and people are using it. People are using it for bad, and people that really get assaulted, people don't want to believe them because of people that lie. So you never know who's the truth, and you ruin somebody's reputation for life and their livelihood because of a lie. So that's what I'm not down with. But if it has happened, then you deserve to get the full length of the law. But when you're lying like that, I think you should get the full length of the law.
against Aziz, saying, "I don't know, I read the full story of the date, and it was bad enough that you could tell something was wrong with the guy." Corey Feldman. Corey Feldman was canceled after accusing several stars in Hollywood of sexual assault, including publishing a documentary with stunning accusations against Charlie Sheen. In the documentary, Corey claimed that Charlie forced himself upon his fellow actor Corey Haim, who was 13 at the time. Charlie vehemently denied the claims, calling them sick, twisted, and outlandish. Corey faced his own accusations when in June 2020, he was removed from the Screen Actors Guild after former associates alleged misconduct by the actor. Many in Hollywood attacked Corey at the time, especially Barbara Walters, who claimed he was damaging an entire industry. However, many others were on Corey's side in all of this. One commenter spoke out, "There are so many in the industry that ought to be held accountable. So many. The Corey situation broke my heart." Although another also said, "This whole situation was really hard for us 80s kids to take." One commenter was more skeptical of Corey's claims, though.
Man, he loved him some Michael Jackson. Hey, one thing about Corey Feldman, he loved him some Michael Jackson. I ain't gonna lie, man. I gotta find that video. I might do a reaction of it. It's a video of him performing a song. I think one of his original songs that he's performing like Michael Jackson, got the hair clothes and everything. He's really good at, I mean, he's in it. I'm talking about, I'm not talking about Corey Feldman back in the day impersonating Michael Jackson. I'm saying this was probably like last week. I'm saying, I like literally saw it. I'm like, this man's still at it. I mean, go get it, but this man's still at it though. Oh man.
Used and was going to name the abusers, but he never did. Another commenter replied to this saying, "I don't think a victim ought to be blamed or ridiculed because they can't overcome their trauma and confront their abusers." Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson was canceled in February 2019 when he became caught in a media firestorm after making controversial comments during an interview. The incident took place during an interview with the...
Look, I'm a big Liam Neeson fan, but I heard I think it was the audio or something, or it was the comment that he said, and that's him referring, using the N-word. So I was like, oh no, not Liam Neeson. I love Liam Neeson. I love him in all the Taken movies. I love him in Blake. I think it was Dark Man, not Blake Man. I'm about to say Blake Man. So the name was Dark Man, like back in the day. Rest in peace to his wife, and I loved his wife, his ex-wife that had passed away. I think they was doing a ski trip, so like that. She was in the movie with the twins. She played the mother in what was that? That movie with She has the red hair. It was a remake of a Disney movie where they... Oh, Parent Trap. That's what else. She was in the Parent Trap, but she passed away.
Independent, a journalistic organization that sought to gain some insight into Liam's past. Liam agreed to the interview because he wanted to promote his latest film, which would come out later that year as Cold Pursuit. During the interview, Liam admitted that someone very close to him had once been violated. According to Liam, the person who forced themselves upon this loved one had been an African American. My immediate reaction was this, Liam told the reporter. I asked, did she have any idea who it was? When she said she didn't, I asked what color they were. She told me it was a black man. Liam admitted in the interview that he didn't take that news very well. I went up and down areas with a metal stick, and I'd hoped that I would be approached by someone, Liam continued. I'm ashamed to admit that for a week, I hoped a black guy would have a go at me so that I could take him down. Liam went on to clarify in the interview that he never went through with these thoughts. It was horrible when I think back that I even considered doing that, Liam said, but I learned a lesson from it. Although Liam claimed he had moved on from that time, many in the press weren't so willing to leave his story in the past. One professor responded to the story by saying those comments were totally offensive and inappropriate. However, others were on Liam's side. He felt ashamed a week later and understood that he was wrong to think the things he did, a footballer said on BBC. We ought to have this conversation. One commenter was supportive of Liam's actions, saying, as a black woman, I totally understand his state of mind at the time his friend was violated. When I was attacked by a dog, I became afraid of dogs. If someone in a blue sweater attacks us, we tend to become afraid of people in blue sweaters. I was violated when I was 14 by a church brother, and I still can't fully trust men who go to church. The victim told Liam she was violated by a black man, so that was all he had to go on. A different commenter also came out.
Keeping your pearly whites pearly white isn't easy, especially when your husband is the god.
In favor of Liam's honesty, saying, I agree, my father was racist and homophobic, and I was very proud of him when he joined BLM and voted for Pete Buttigieg before he passed away. It takes a lot to be honest about being wrong, and I think it's helpful for people to hear things like that, be open about bigotry, and hear people admit faults and say they were wrong. Still, it's not something you can easily admit to the public no matter who you are, because nobody is obligated to forgive you for it. Another commenter had a different view, saying, as an experienced actor that has many years in the industry, I really expected better from him. There are things that you say and things you don't say to a journalist in public. Another commenter joined the criticism, saying, he went out looking for any black man to rough up. He dug his own hole. Ahmed Best. Ahmed Best was canceled for one of the least expected reasons ever, and it almost caused him to take his own life. Ahmed Best was only 25 when he landed the first major film role of his career, and it would turn out to be a massive one. The year was 1999, and Ahmed was chosen to play a character in Star Wars I: The Phantom Menace. It was the first of the Star Wars prequel films and would become one of the most successful and iconic science fiction series of the 2010s. The character Ahmed was chosen to play was Jar Jar Binks, an alien who acted as a goofy sidekick. Unfortunately for Ahmed, the audience hated Jar Jar Binks, and things would only get worse for him after the movies came out across the world. The public reaction to Jar Jar Binks was enormous, and people criticized the character for his over-the-top, cartoonish behavior. Ahmed struggled with his newfound fame and notoriety, claiming in an interview, I felt like a success and a failure at the same time. Nevertheless, Ahmed struggled with the negative reactions of fans and people in online communities. Some hardcore Star Wars nuts took their frustration out on the actor personally, telling him, you ruined my childhood. Others went even further, and Ahmed reported receiving death threats because of his portrayal of Jar Jar Binks. All of this took a very heavy toll on Ahmed, and he considered taking his own life as a result. Fortunately, he wouldn't go through with that decision in the end. Instead, he decided to turn his focus to independent filmmaking and even picked up martial arts as a hobby. Ahmed is doing much better now, although his fame in Hollywood is nowhere near where it was during the early 2000s. Commenters were very supportive of Ahmed, with one saying, "I hated Jar Jar to the core of my soul, but I'm sorry the actor suffered. Jar Jar is in no way his cross to bear." Another commenter added, "People are really such morons to hate an actor for the roles they play. I hated Winona Ryder in The Crucible, but if I had the chance to meet, I'd praise her for making me hate her character so much." Another commenter blamed George Lucas, saying, "Even the great Meryl Streep couldn't have saved that character. Jar Jar just sucked, and there's a special place in hell for George Lucas for inventing him." Click here to see canceled actors and musicians and where they are today. See you there.
All right, guys, thank you for coming to my channel. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment below. Let me know what you want me to react to. Let me know what you think about this video, what you think about the cancel culture, what you think about it, the actors that said we're canceled, should they still be canceled or not? It's your boy Sheik-A-Deak. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. I'm out.